Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to our first season of Madden NFL 19 as the Cleveland Browns. Madden is a game, and I think I mentioned this in the last video, but Madden is a game that really had a powerful effect on me. It was the first sports game I played a lot of. Back in 2001 or 2002, a friend of mine lent me his PlayStation and his copy of Madden 2002, I think, at the point. I believe it either had Dante Culpepper or Donovan McNabb on the cover. I can't remember which year it was. In any case, that was the first time I played a real good football game. Like most Americans, I did play football a little bit in high school, but only as part of gym class, and I had a concussion the first time I ever played football, and so I didn't play it again after that. All that is to say, I have a long association with football and Madden, and that's why I'm so excited to bring this game to the channel. A couple of quick notes. If you've never played Madden before, Madden is not like when I was football. The game is primarily designed for you to actually go out and play the games. We won't be doing that, for the simple fact that it would take ages to finish even one season. The other thing you'll notice about Madden is it's a lot more user-friendly, it's easier to understand, it's easier to play. I won't say it's better than Front Office Football 8, because there's certain things Front Office Football does really, really well that I love and I will miss. But on the whole, I think we've made the right choices. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our season goal. We can claim that we're going to win 7 games, which is how many the Browns actually won last year. It's being weird again. Quit being weird, please. We can claim that we're going to win the Super Bowl. So, we're starting with the 2018 roster, the 2018 rosters before the season started. I think we can probably do better than 8 wins, but the thing is I'm not playing the games, so I can't trust to my own skill. So we're going to pick the easiest one. We're going to say 7 wins. And then we're going to take a look at the team. But before we do that, I want to show you guys the settings we have the league set on. We're going to start with the league settings, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We're going to play on Pro. The reason we're playing on Pro is because I'm not actually playing the games. So, actually, there's no reason we couldn't play for all Madden. But I think we'll start as Pro, and as we get our feet wet, learn how games are turning out, maybe we'll change some things here. We're going to play, game speed's going to be normal, because we're not going to be playing games normally. Simulation is designed to be an authentic experience. And you'll get weirdness, but generally only if you play the games. So we have the option to switch between being a coach or a player or anything like that. I don't care about that. I'm going to set this to off. I don't plan on playing it as a player, but if I did, I want to earn my way. Got the trade deadline on. We have all the trades. We can be fired if we do badly. We have the salary cap on. Relocation is normal. We have injuries and pre-existing injuries on. Practice squad stealing. Practice squads were not in Front Office Football, so we'll talk about that in a minute. For those of you who have played Madden expecting like the rap tracks, I've disabled that just because I want to try to avoid copyright strikes. Because I don't monetize my videos, that's not as bad for me as it would be for other YouTubers. But if you're seeing ads while you're watching the video, that's probably why, because I have them disabled. This is how often the CPU will progress its players. Weekly is fine. So we're playing with a normal NFL 15 minutes per quarter. And that is the biggest reason why we're not playing the games live. We're going to leave that alone. lets you play through. I genuinely don't know what this means. Oh, I see. We're just going to set it to full control. I want to control all the aspects of the game. Oh, that's it. Okay. And so that's just one set of the settings. We have team settings. And these are all things we really don't need to mess with. We're going to back up on that. The XP sliders are something, and the gameplay sliders are both things we might mess with later on. What does the XP sliders look like right now? Okay, they're all set to 100. So yeah, if we think certain classes of players aren't developing quickly enough, or they're developing too quickly, we can adjust the sliders. We won't mess with that for now, but it's something we might consider. One of the things we probably will change is the gameplay sliders. And these are all things you can do to change the way that the game plays. I'm not going to go into detail about this until and unless we decide to change the sliders. Until that point, I'm just going to leave them by the wayside. Okay, so you know what we're looking at in terms of skills and stats. This tab offers us some news, some stats, our transactions, our schedule, and our standings. So we can look at the stories, and we can sort these by stories that are relevant to me. So we fired Hugh Jackson, which honestly is the biggest reason I like this more than Front Office Football 8. And I'm the new the coach, Peter Romanoff. So here we go. Kyle Shanahan is not an offensive genius. Sean McVay maybe, but Kyle Shanahan is I don't remember if he's the head coach or the offensive coordinator of the 49ers right now. And they weren't that good last year. So, in any event. Something just happened. Oh, my screenshot program was trying to do things. That's my fault. Okay. Back we go. So yeah. Let's actually manage the team. We can set our depth chart. We're going to start with my coach. So first of all, we have coach goals. As we accomplish these goals, we'll get XP, and then we can spend XP to do certain things better. But we're not going to really do much to change that. Schemes. This is critical. So schemes were introduced in Madden 19. And it's a way to have your players shift around your team. If players are within your scheme, they get boosts and XP. So the first step is to see... Oh, we're the Browns. We don't care about the rest of this. So what we can do is we can change the scheme, and we're just looking for one that's got a good fit. Vertical power run is 87%. Vertical zone run is 83. We're going to go with this. So immediately we see that we've got a pretty solid fit for this scheme. There's only 3 players on the entire roster who don't fit right now. One of our guards, our fullback, and one of my running backs. Probably Duke Johnson. So that's good. Let's do the same for our defense. Base 3-4 is 91, as is multiple 3-4. Or we could go with the 46 defense, which is a perfect fit. Oh, that's tempting. That's real tempting. So the 46 defense was developed by the Chicago Bears in the 1980s. It's 46 after a specific player's number, and for the life of me, I can't remember which player it was. It might have been Mike Singletary, their linebacker. But I genuinely can't remember who number 46 was on the Bears. In any case, this is designed to be heavy blitzing, and it's designed to stop the run. More than it is to control passing, although it can do that too. We're going to give it the old college try. Now, the actual playbooks we have this shows us the different plays that we have, the different sets that we have, and what they're better at. We really want to find someone who ideally has a 46 playbook, if we can find one. Because we definitely want the 46 set. And the question is, do we want to be a 4-3, a 46 set off the 4-3, or 46 set off the 3-4? I think you have to have a 4-3 to do a 46, which is really unfortunate because we're not really designed for that. Pete Carroll. Like, the thing is, defensively... So, in case you didn't catch it for an Oz football video, so you don't know football that well. The two main sets in college football, or pro football rather, are the 4-3 and the 3-4. There's a couple of variations that we'll get into those later. The 4-3 has 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers. The 3-4 is 3 defensive linemen and 4 linebackers. We are probably not poorly suited to a 4-3. We don't have many great linebackers, so I think we might use Pete Carroll's book. Actually, I do like Derek Cotter's better. I like that it's a multiple 4-3 scheme, which means it includes more variations and more plays, which will help us disguise our coverage. I think that's what we're going to go with. We're going to use Cleveland's playbook for now. We might change that later on. That all saved. Anything else that I can do? Formation subs. It's actually a great chance to actually show you what formations look like. Wait, no, we are not using we're using... Wait, what? No, I'm using Cleveland's offensive playbook. I don't know why that just said that. That's weird. Yeah, and weirdly thinks that we want his offensive playbook too. I'm going to try changing it and changing it back just to see if that might be a bug. Like, I mean, again, we're not playing the games, so my heart isn't broken if we do end up with Hugh Jackson's offense, or Derek Cotter's offense, but, that's not ideal. Yeah, I don't think it can distinguish between them. Or maybe it's just using the wrong word, but it's actually the right team. Okay, we're going to go back. Okay. So these are the various formations here. Let's look at each one in turn. So this is called the I formation. It's called the I formation because of the I. This looks like the top of a capital letter I. Between the center, quarterback, fullback, and halfback. This is a pretty standard formation. Most teams use it to a certain degree. And it's more designed for running the ball than for passing the ball. Now, because Madden allows this, we could decide we only want a certain player to play at certain positions here. We will break that down when we get into the actual players, but I just wanted you to know that that is an option. There's several variations. We have Pro, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end on the left-hand side. We have Slot, which is 2 wide receivers, so one of them is what's called the slot. We have Tight, which is 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. And then we have Twin tight end. You'll notice the difference is that they're staggered. This is probably because of the rules, but also because this is pretty much a pure running formation. Without hesitation, that's what it's for. We'll talk about what all these numbers mean in a little bit here. So, we also have the pistol. The pistol is a form of shotgun where the quarterback isn't quite so far back, and the running back is behind it. Because a pistol is a smaller gun than a shotgun. Get it? Again, one wide receiver. This is weird. It actually has us having the same person playing twice. That's not normal. I think that's just a bug, and it'll get... No, don't do that. What is happening here? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, you've got the strong slot. Again, you have a tight end in the backfield. Or the fullback, rather. And then the wing slot. The difference is basically where the extra tight end is. So that's the pistol formation. We have the shotgun, where there is a running back, but he's in the thing. And you'll notice there's a whole shit ton of variations on shotgun. Everything from basic ace offset, which is 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, to the Hail Mary formation, which is 4 receivers and no tight ends. There's also what we call empty, which is where there is no running back. And so these are all different... And so that has its own purpose. There's also single back. Single back is much like shotgun, except the quarterback is under center. Strong eye and weak eye are just I formation, but the linebacker is off, but the running back is offset. So here, or the fullback is offset, excuse me. So here he's on the left-hand side, and there he's on the right-hand side. That's it. For now, we're not going to mess much with formation subs. This allows you to put specific players in specific packages, which makes a lot of sense in certain circumstances. We might actually make one change just to see how it works. We're going to go to shotgun. Oh, I see. And this is going to bring us to each player. We're going to enter for this. Oh, it's spacebar. And then we're going to put in Duke Johnson. Based on what I know of the Browns, Duke Johnson is a brilliant receiving back. And since shotgun, you're a lot more likely to catch passes, I want to make sure that he's in there. I noticed that I already did the favor of changing it for all of them for us, which is really helpful. Oh, not actually all of them. No, and Hail Mary, I most definitely want my pass receiving running back in there. So we go back. Yeah, we're definitely using someone else's playbook. That's whatever. We'll live. But yeah, so we've now got a running back in a position where our best receiving running back is in the formation most likely to catch passes. Okay. Auto subs. This is another thing we're going to want to spend some time on. And this is... when are you going to substitute players? And I don't think we're going to mess with this just yet. I've never understood the difference between substituted in and substituted out. That's very strange to me. Oh, you know what it is? Okay. So substituting in, if there's an injury, we're saying put the best player in if he's available. And try not to take someone out if they might be healthy. That's sensible. We'll worry about that later on. We can improve the team with free agents. But I think what we need to do now is just look at the team. So we're going to use this lovely screen, which is just, wow, beautiful. And this tells us which players we have, what positions they're playing, and what we should expect as the season progresses. Each position is given a letter grid. That's for the starter only. And you'll see some of them, like our good pal Chris Hubbard here, have this little puzzle piece. This means they fit in with the scheme really well. We could even change the scheme right here. But we're not gonna. Wait, what happened? Did I just not see that we have... What is going on? Why did that say 4-3 base defense? Oh, 46. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about some of the players that make up a football team. And I really like visually the way this game does it. So, every team has 6 players on offense that are the same. Your offensive lineman, left tackle, left guard, center, right tackle, and the quarterback. Depending on different sets, different formations, you'll have additional players as well, including tight ends, who typically stand right next to the line, the wide receivers, the running back, and the fullback. And so that is what we are looking at here. We also have defense. Because we have a 46 base defense, it's going to show us the 4-3 setup. If we had a 3-4, there would be 2 middle linebackers. So you can see we've got a free safety, a strong safety, right outside linebacker, middle linebacker, left outside linebacker, 2 corners, and then 2 defensive ends and 2 defensive tackles. We'll talk about theory more as we actually play the game. We have our special teams. We have punter, kicker, long snapper, kickoff squad. Then we have kick returners and 2 punt returners. This is new for Madden 19. We have specialists. We have our power running back, our third down running back, our slot wide receiver, our slot cornerback. A slot cornerback is typically going to play in the defense. Is going to be the person who covers the third receiver. Sometimes it's called the nickel back for the same reason. We've also got a rushing left end, a rushing defensive tackle, and a rushing right end, and a linebacker that subs in. This is basically saying if it's a pass rush situation, we're going to try to put these players in the game. Because the NFL today is very specialized, and we're going to want to make sure we spend some time trying to sort that out. Finally, we have the practice squad. This is 8. We can have up to 10 players on the practice squad, and they're going to get better without playing. But the really cool part is this lets us store extra players, and we can put them in the game if we so desire. So let's add to our practice squad. Because there is no reason to have an empty practice squad. Okay. I would like to have at least 1 quarterback on the practice squad. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, Trevor Knight. We could sign him to the active roster, or we're just going to sign him to the practice squad. A center would be good, because we're kind of thin at center. So, Eric Ostell, welcome to the practice squad. Now, players can be signed right off of our practice squad if they want to, and that's within the game's rights. A defensive tackle would be lovely. So we will sign Lewis Neal. We could still sign 4 more. Let's get another cornerback. Ooh, Myrick is very fast. Welcome to the practice squad. And I think we'll sign Pipkins too, just because corners tend to get injured and it would be handy to have plenty of them. I think we can only sign 1 more player to the practice squad. Top 100. Sure, we'll grab Deshaun Hawley too. Or Deshaun Hall, rather. Oh, my practice squad's full. Okay. My bad. Yep, we've got a full practice squad now. There we go. Okay. So let's get to the heat of the meat, if you will. And let's talk about how Madden rates players. Every player in the game technically has the same stats. But... I'm getting a drink. But... certain players only are... Not every stat is useful for every player. The one common stat to every player in the game is OVR, or overall grade. Unlike games like Front Office Football and Out of the Park Baseball, there is no... The ceiling to any player's overall grade is 99. It is theoretically possible for every player to gain a 99 grade. In practice, it doesn't happen. It's a lot of work to improve a player to that level of talent, and generally speaking, it's hard to pull off. It can be done, but it's not easy. A few other common ratings. Speed. Everything's on a scale, I think, from 20 to 99. I think it's possible to have below a 20. So you'll notice, for example, Josh Gordon is quite fast. Kevin Zeitler, not so much. But he's a guard. He doesn't have to be fast. Acceleration. So speed is like top speed. Acceleration is your ability to get there. Agility is your ability to, like, move from side to side quickly. Strength is raw strength. And then we have awareness. Awareness is basically how smart the player is and how often they're going to make the right decision. When you draft rookies in Madden, they almost always have low awareness. And that's what tends to hold them back, at least in the short term. We are going to sort to the quarterback because it'll select the most relevant stats. Every quarterback in the game has a throw power. This is how hard they throw the ball. And you'll notice... Tyrod Taylor is a 92, but Baker Mayfield's a 94. Drew Stanton's a 98, an 89. Of these three, only Drew Stanton is technically a scheme fit, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And there's also 3 accuracy ratings. We have short throws, medium throws, and deep throws. So as we can see, Tyrod Taylor is okay in the short passing game, but his value quickly trickles off. Quarterbacks often have to throw on the run, and this is how well each quarterback is at doing it. Throws under pressure, do they make the smart decision? The ability to avoid a sack, play action, the ability to fake a run. And then we start getting into ball carrier stats, which aren't nearly as important for quarterbacks. But these numbers all give us a pretty decent picture of what we should expect from our passing game based on which quarterback is in the game. Now, Baker Mayfield is the better player, and there's very little arguing that point. Tyrod Taylor is a better runner. And it's not particularly close. He's a lot faster, which means he'll probably get a fair number of rushing yards. But in virtually every other area, except crucially awareness, Baker Mayfield is the man. Now, one of the early decisions we're going to make in the game is, do we start Baker Mayfield right away, or do we let Tyrod Taylor start the season? And I don't know what we're going to do yet. I want to see how Madden rates the rest of our players before we make a decision on this. I did play Madden 19 on the PlayStation 4, but I never played it on the computer, so I don't know if the ratings would look any different. Okay, quarterbacks are finished. Let's look at halfback ratings. So again, you'll notice it changes which stats are most important. Carrying. Carrying is probably the simplest and easiest to understand stat in the game. Carrying is, I'm not going to fumble the ball. It's as simple as that, and it's as important as that. A running back with low carry is not going to have a very long career in the NFL. We have ball carrier vision, which is the ability of a player to see a hole in the defense and go after it. Breaking tackles. So this is, I'm being tackled, how do I get out? Versus trucking, which is, I'm running over someone in front of me. And this shows us one of the first big differences between Duke Johnson and Carlos Hyde. And Nick Chubb, for that matter. Duke Johnson can't run people over, and that makes perfect sense. For a running back, he's not very big, 5'9", 210. As opposed to Carlos Hyde at 6 foot 235, he can run people down. Not so much our good friend Duke Johnson. SFA is stiff arm. You basically throw an arm out when you're running with the ball, and you kind of push the other player that's trying to tackle you over. Elusive is your ability to avoid tackles, and you can see that's where Duke Johnson shines. Spin move, juke move, and the rest of these are ball catching, which we'll talk about when we get to receivers. A juke is basically stopping, planting your foot, and then changing direction. So those are those stats. Fullbacks. We have no true fullback on the roster, which is why it's blank. I would like to sign a fullback at some point. I do like fullbacks. Okay, wide receivers. So you'll notice, unlike front office football, we don't have this weird distinction between slot and X and Y and Z and flankers and split ends. They're all just classed as wide receivers. Now, in real life, certain players are better at certain things, of course. Which is why Jarvis Landry typically plays the slot, because he's really good at catching the ball and securing it, even if he's not quite as fast as some of the other players. So, CTH is catching. This is your ability to catch the ball when it is thrown to you. You'll notice Jarvis Landry is brilliant at it. Antonio Callaway, not so much. There's also CIT, catch in traffic. So this is, there's nobody around me, can I secure the football if it's thrown to me? This is, there's 2 or 3 guys around me, can I make the jump or whatever athletic move I need to make to get the ball? Spectacular catch, this is like one-handed catches, stuff like that. Stuff that takes your breath away when you see it in the NFL. There's also 3 different ways to run a route. And this is how closely do they run the route that they're supposed to be running. If it's a hook route, where you're supposed to run and then cut back, do they cut it rounded or do they cut it square? If you cut the route square, where it's a really sharp change of direction, you'll fake out the defender and you'll be wide open. If you're lazy about it and you make it obvious, the corner will just follow you and then you won't be nearly as effective. Notice Jarvis Landry, brilliant at running the short routes, kind of sucks at running deep routes. You also have release. Release is your ability to get the initial advantage when the ball is snapped, to break free from the corner or linebacker or a safety, whoever happens to be covering you. We also have jump, your ability to jump. That's pretty standard. Damn, Damian Ratley is a jumping machine. He is 6'3", which is pretty damn big for a wide receiver. So, those are the key wide receiver stats. They also have a carry rating. It does matter, but not quite as much. No, we don't want that. Tight ends. So tight ends are both pass catchers and blockers, but we'll talk about blocking later on. Just note again what the game prioritizes when it shows you stats. That's a good hint to you that this matters quite a lot. David Njoku's a really good route runner and a great pass catcher. And so he's going to be a key part of our offense. Okay, now we get to the offensive linemen. We have pass block and pass block power. These are not the same thing. Pass block is your ability to successfully make the block. Pass block power is your ability to push someone off. There's also footwork or finesse. And these are just 2 different ways of making the same block. Are you using technique or are you just trying to overpower the other guy? These typically won't vary very much. That makes sense if you think about it. Same thing for run blocking. We also have lead blocking. This is not something offensive linemen do. This is something fullbacks do. And guards. It is your ability to clear out the hole. And then we have impact blocking. How hard do you block when you do successfully make it? Once you've made the block... So basically, if you want to imagine how power and finesse works, picture a defensive lineman who would also have power and finesse ratings. This is how good I am at blocking a power rusher. This is how good I am at blocking a finesse rusher. So we'd expect someone who's good at blocking finesse rushes to be a little bit on the faster and more agile side. Weirdly not the case with Desmond Harrison. He is faster than the average Bear, so maybe that's his ability. We haven't talked about it much. Stamina is how long you can stay in the game, and toughness is how quickly you recover from injuries and how likely you are to not get injured in the first place. All offensive linemen are treated basically the same way. Let's talk defense. Most defensive players all have the same stats. We have play recognition. This is the player's ability to recognize what the offense is doing and adjust accordingly. So Emmanuel Ogbah might see, I've watched a lot of game tape. I know that when the quarterback steps in a certain way, he might be throwing to this receiver. That means there might be an opening on the offensive line. I'm going to run through it. Probably not, because it's only a 76. He's like a C+ at it. But he'll make some plays. We have power moves and finesse moves. Notice for defensive linemen, there's a huge difference between them. Because different players are good at different things. Shocking, I know. Block shedding, this is their ability to break through a block once they've encountered it. Tackling is I'm bringing the other guy to the ground. Power is how hard I hit him when I execute it. Pursuit, pretty self-explanatory, the ability to chase someone down. Linebackers, you'll notice the numbers are all pretty much the same. Defensive backs. First of all, they have catch ratings too, which is their ability to make an interception. They also have MCV and ZCV. Man coverage and zone coverage. Man coverage is the ability to cover a specific player. Zone coverage is the ability to cover a specific zone. There's also press coverage. Here it is, which is the ability to knock the receiver out of his pattern in the first couple yards of scrimmage, which gives you the ability to do that. Later on, it could be a penalty. Hi, Denzel Ward. You're awesome. So that's what we have. Oh, we didn't look at kicker stats. They're not super important, but you at least want to know what they are if you're playing your own game of Madden. Kickers and punters both have power and accuracy, and that's literally the only thing that matters. These are our draft picks. We have first... wait, what? Oh, this is projecting our picks. I see. Yeah, this is based on how we did last year. So... let's get to the depth chart so we can start making decisions. We can also see the injury report, which is actually this is actually a good thing to check out. Okay. Because the length is 29, which means they're out for 29 weeks, these guys are both going to miss the season. So we're going to want to put them on the injured reserve. They might already be there, though. This is a cool way to look at a player, and it gives you the key stats, and it tells you specific traits that a player has, which is all very good. Confidence, as you play through the game, players get more or less confidence, which will affect their ratings. I can't put you guys on the injured reserve because you must already be on the injured reserve, so you're okay. Acquisitions. What is this? Oh yeah, this is just like a generic improve your team, which is a pretty cool way of doing things and helps you find players that you need. We can't re-sign players yet at this point in the season. Different players will want to be re-signed at different times during the season, and so we can make some changes as we need to. Depth chart. Okay. So. The first and earliest decision we want to make, who's our starting quarterback? Is it Tyrod Taylor or is it Baker Mayfield? Do we let Baker sit a year and develop on the bench, get into some games now and again, but not be the primary quarterback? Or do we throw him into the fire? And I think there's a more important part of that element. What are we going to get for him if we trade him? I'm going to put him on the trade block. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to let Tyrod Taylor play at the beginning of the year, just to improve his trade value. Because if I can get a good pick for him, it'll be worth it. And then I'll just sign a quarterback off the street to back up Drew Stanton. Okay, so that decision's made. Let's talk our other positions. So Duke Johnson is clearly the better player. But he's not as good at being an every down back. Oh, that only lets us... We can't see the player screen from here. Oh, I can just right-click to go back a screen. I didn't know that. That's super easy. That's fine. We can see all the numbers we need to see on that screen. So if we scroll to the right... we see stamina. And this is, notice, a 71 toughness, 86 stamina. Duke Johnson is relatively fragile, and that means he's best served not playing every day. At least not in this offense, rather. So we're fine there. Our fullback is actually a tight end. Can I see numbers of our position breakdown? Is it under the roster screen? There's somewhere I can see a breakdown of how many of each players we have. Is it on the trade center? No. Okay, we do have one roster spot open. We have 52 out of 53. There's like a team needs screen. Where the hell is that? Is it over? Did they take that out, or am I just missing it? There should be a way where I can see what my team needs and adjust accordingly. I can't remember, but we're going to see if we can get a proper fullback on the team. It shouldn't be that hard to find one. No, we want a fullback. Like, how good are you guys at blocking? If you're like super awesome block, holy shit, he is a pass blocking master. At a fullback position, that's pretty rare. But this guy's almost as good, and he's younger too. He's not as fast, but I'm frankly okay with that. So we're going to sign him to the active roster. He's going to get $750K and no signing bonus, which is fine. Yes. And then we're going to pop him into the depth chart. So notice it automatically calculated for us that we would want him to play at that position. I see no reason to change any of my offensive line assignments. Maybe at tackle. I don't want to reorder. I want to look at the player and his abilities. There you go. He's agile. He's a good fit. So every kind of player has several different archetypes. He's a little more agile than most. He has a tendency to get caught for penalties, which isn't great. Good strength, good lead block, good impact blocking. This is better for a guard than a tackle. We might want to consider changing his position down the road. And then what about Hubbard? Hubbard's a little bit better blocker. Yeah, I think we keep Hubbard. His strength is worrying, though. I don't like that his strength is so weak. But beggars can't be choosers. Yeah. Let's compare Julius Peppers and Derek Kindred. Alright. Really good tackler. Hits very hard. Not great in coverage, but really fast. Can't get through blocks very easily, which is a shame. Oh, what is his development? He's quick. Okay. Which means he'll get XP a little bit faster than someone else might. So he's good at... He's a great tackler. What about Derek Kindred, though? Kindred is smarter and does hit a little bit harder, but he's not as fast. I think he's best served as a backup. I think Peppers is more athletic and a better fit overall. Now, between Demarius Randall and Brian Body Calhoun, we want very good coverage if we can manage it. Good coverage in zone and man. What about Body Calhoun? He's better in coverage, and he's faster. Ooh, I think we have our first change. I think we're going to give Body Calhoun a chance. Ah, things are happening. So there we go. We've made a change. And we really can't go wrong with either player, to be honest with you. Offensive line looks good. We have 4 corners rated at 40. For that, I'm going to go to the depth chart. I can't trust my eyes to see the differences easily unless we're staring at the depth chart. I mean, it's a good problem to have. But yeah, we have 4 corners all rated basically the same. Denzel Ward is certainly the fastest. Not quite as aware as some of the others, but he's young. Really good in man coverage, not so good in zone. Really good in press coverage, though. I think we're going to put Terrence Mitchell in for Denzel Ward. Just because he's a little bit... Like, he's not as athletic, but he knows what he's doing. And we want that kind of veteran leadership where we can get it. At least for now. As the game progresses and Denzel Ward levels up, it'll definitely be a big concern. Okay. And I think that'll do it. Let's quickly change to team. Why Jarvis? I don't know why Jarvis Landry's playing 2 instead of 1. Except for the fact that Josh Gordon's a lot faster. And I think that's just who's going to play the deep ball route? Probably Gordon. Let's put him elsewhere. Okay. Defense is good. Special team good. Specialists. I'd rather Kirksey be the sub linebacker because Schobert's going to be playing every day anyway. Quit it. I want TJ Carey as my slot corner. He's properly a cornerback. There we go. So, what do we need to acquire in the next couple of years to make the team better? We need more depth on the defensive line. That's for certain. We need better linebackers. Defense is the easiest place that we can see that we have holes. Now, as we play through the game, of course, players are going to get better and better. And so, the roster we're looking at now may not be the roster we see in 6 weeks. Nonetheless, that's what we're facing. And some of our answers might come from the practice squad. Okay. Things to do. Let's start the weekly training. So this is, we decide what we're going to practice. So we're going to want to make sure we've got good slants to attack a passing game like that. So that will be what we choose. No, it didn't work. I probably got hit frickin' spacebar because that's how you are, you jerks. Alright. And then, what do we want to practice? Man blitz is fine. Okay. These are 3 players that we're going to focus on to get more attention than any others. And these are 3 good focuses. So we're going to click Start Training. Now, if we play the training, we can get medals, and that'll improve our results. So we're just going to go ahead and sim. We won't get a ton of experience for them, but we will get some. You'll notice players who are in your scheme, depending on the thing you get, they get boosts. In addition, the R3... Huh. Oh, there he goes. He's just taking his sweet time. Okay. Oh, some players cannot be upgraded. Nice. Okay. So when you level up, you get a skill trait. Okay. So what we do is we get to pick... What you'll do is you'll gain a point of overall, and then you'll gain a few other abilities. So, for example, if we focus on deep threat, we'll get deep route running, release, and spectacular catches. Possession, catch and traffic, medium and short route running, red zone threat. Release, spectacular catch, catch and traffic, slot, short route running, catch and traffic, catching. Deep threat makes sense to me. Boom. And just like that, Josh Gordon is now a better player. Carl Davis. Our scheme wants him to be a run stopper. So you see block shedding, tackling, pursuit versus power moves, power rushing, tactics and tackling, and then finesse. What's PRC again? I genuinely can't recall. We're going to go ahead and go with making him a run stopper. It's not better. Block shackling. Block shackling, no. Block shedding and tackling. And then finally we have Chris Smith, who's a power rusher. And we actually like that. So we'll go ahead and let him have his power rushing abilities. Ooh, we got 4 new stats. Nice. Oh, play recognition is PRC. That's right. So there we go. So everyone got upgraded, and now we can actually play through the game. So, when you're playing Madden, you have a few ways that you could play a game. We're not going to pick any of these, but I just wanted to show you. You can play the moments. You basically play at the end of each half, if you're in the red zone, if it's a critical third down. If we were going to play a game, this is how we'd play it. You could also play a full game, or you can play all offense or all defense. And there's also super simming within the game. We're not going to do any of those. We're just going to click Advanced Week. And we're just going to click Next Week, and it'll sim the game for us. Bam, done. Alright. Oh, someone stole one of my practice squad players. Stupid jerk Bengals. Ooh, players got upgraded. Who got better? Myles Garrett, Terrence Mitchell, and Howard Wilson. We will look at the stats here in just a minute, but let's get upgrading first. Okay. We want him to be a power rusher. He could really do any of it. He's pretty amazing. So watch, he's an 88 now. Now he's an 89. And he's better awareness, power moves, and tackling. Nice. Terrence Mitchell is going to become an 81 corner. We do want him to be a man-to-man. He's going to improve his man coverage, press, and jump. Acceleration and man coverage. And then Howard Wilson. Howard Wilson's actually injured, so I don't know how he got any better. In our scheme, we'd want him to be a man-to-man coverage corner. But I really think I want him to stick to the zone, because he's really good at it. And I'd rather have a player playing out of scheme, but maximizing his talent. Plus, we can always just trade him. Here we go. Alright. So let's see what actually happened. Oh, we're going to want news for that. We want our stories. Okay, so we lost the game. We're going to take a look at the stats and see what we find out there. So we already have our first storyline. This is about Gordon Battle, a right tackle at Oklahoma. We might want to monitor him. So we click on schedule. We can find out what happened. Okay. So we gained 359 yards of offense, which is really good. We gained more pass yards. They ran the ball better. They outgained us. Turnovers were equal. We both had 3 touchdowns from 3 touchdowns. We possessed the ball. We did everything right. So then what went wrong? Give me just the Browns for right now. I just want to see my stats. So Tyrod Taylor threw the ball. Okay, so got 268 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest pass was 23 yards. We knew what we were getting with Tyrod Taylor. Sacked 3 times. 23 of 30, 76%. Not great yards per attempt, okay. We didn't run the ball particularly well. And it doesn't immediately list drops, unfortunately. That's one thing I don't love about Madden, is it doesn't really give you all the stats you might want to see. My left tackle allowed 2 of my sacks. That's not ideal. Defense, 7 tackles for Joe Schobert. A sack for Myles Garrett. I think he had the only one, didn't he? Yep. No interceptions and no forced fumbles, I don't think, either. Oh, no, we did have a forced fumble. Terrence Mitchell. Nice. Okay. Kicking game didn't really matter much. We kicked 3 extra points and no field goals. Punting. And that tells us how many downs each player played. So. I don't think we can get any more information than that, unfortunately, without playing through the games. So. You can actually force your team to win if you want to. I don't recommend it, but it can be done. Yeah, see, I could force the win, but we're not going to do that because that's cheating. Quite literally. So it looks like, based on the stats, here's my analysis for our first game. Tyrod Taylor. We couldn't get the long passing game working quite as well as we might have wanted. We couldn't get a consistent rushing game. And these are just growing pains for a young roster. The fact that we fought them so tight is pretty exciting. I'm not going to lie. So we can look at different stats here too. We lost, but I'm not unhappy about it. Did we get any trade offers? Let's check. We're not really going to get better quarterbacks without trading a fair bit. There is a free agent fullback who's slightly better than ours, but there's not much we can do to change that. Okay. We'll go ahead and do our training. They pass more than they run, and they typically like curls and things like that. They run a lot of soft zones. Okay, so offensively, we want something that can attack the zone. So we're going to try this. We're going to practice on play action. No, not power O. Rollout. I'm not worried about stopping draws. I'm worried about... Let's focus more on blitzing. And there we go. Start training. Start. There we go. Ooh, good development. Nice. And some people got well enough to upgrade. That's even better. Ooh, our second tight end. Nice. Yeah, we will make him a better vertical threat. Why not? More weapons is always appreciated. Alright. So no one is offering for Tyrod Taylor. There used to be a point where it would actually tell us... Well, I guess this is telling us right here what our weaknesses is. There's not really much here. And the areas are weak, and unfortunately, there's just not much we can do to make improvements. Okay, let's try something here. Manual trade. Okay, the Bears need a quarterback. Let's add Tyrod Taylor. Just for fun, let's see what kind of offer you would make for Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, they're really interested in it. Interested enough to give me a first-round pick. Oh, so you don't have a first-round pick, do you? Screw you, Chicago. I'm not trading with you. The Bengals need a quarterback, but I'm not trading in the division. The Bills. Here we go. Okay. So let us submit the trade. Offer. They're really close to making this trade happen. Like, really close. I'm gonna add a pick. Like, I've got 2 third-rounders. What if I threw in a third-rounder? Yes! Awesome. We got a first-round pick for Tyrod Taylor, and all we had to do is throw in a third-round pick. Done. So the next thing we're going to do quickly is we're going to check out, actually, who's the guy we got on our practice squad? Knight here is as likely to be a decent quarterback as anyone. So I'm going to go ahead and sign him off the practice squad. We do have to fill a couple slots on the practice squad now. That is fine. Ooh. I like the idea of a really fast wide receiver. Practice squad. And I'd like another developmental quarterback. Let's get Wes Lunt. Okay. Alright. So it's Baker's show now. But yeah, we weren't going to get a much better offer than that. I'm very happy with this. Very happy indeed. Okay. And we already know about all this. Let's advance the week. Let's check the news. Damn it. We lost again, 28-23. Damn it. Okay, schedule. What happened in this game? I do miss the game log. I really do miss the game log, actually. Because Madden doesn't have one. We just got outgained. We had a turnover, which is never good. They converted once on 4th down, also. But for his rookie debut, he didn't do poorly. He actually literally turned in the same stat line, almost word for word, as Tyrod Taylor. Actually, a tiny bit worse. Well, he'll get better. Good day for Carlos Hyde, rushing the football. Receiving, 5 catches for Njoku. Callaway. Defensively, a decent performance by Christian Kirksey. Any sacks. I really wish they'd put hurries and knockdowns in the Madden stat sheet, but it's not. It's acceptable. Wow, none of my players allowed any catches, so then how did we lose the game if the other players never caught the ball? I think someone isn't being totally honest with me. Okay, let us make some upgrades. EJ Gaines. Hello, EJ. Absolutely. Bam. When you're playing the games, you have a little more control over this, because what you can do is you can, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. You can try to have people go for certain milestones. We already see someone is wanting to negotiate with us. Josh Gordon. This is what I was looking for. This tells us how many we have on each side. Okay. Josh Gordon wants a lot of money. So when you're negotiating contracts, you basically offer a signing bonus and salary. Well, they're saying this is salary per year, but the signing bonus is all paid up front. It's not that he wants a lot of money. It's that I frankly don't know if he's worth keeping him. Because he wants the most money of anyone whose contract is due by far. Like, I could keep EJ Gaines and Brian Body Calhoun and Carl Davis for the price of Josh Gordon. So now I have an interesting question. Do we tank? Do I trade Josh Gordon again, see if I can't get another first-round pick out of someone, and make next year the year we make our big move? That's kind of tempting, actually. Let's at least check the trade center, right? And see what we can do. Manual trade. The Raiders have 2 first-rounders if they have Khalil Mack. I would rather have the better pick. And I'm just going to see if we'll even consider an offer of Josh Gordon for a first-round pick. You really like Josh Gordon. Okay, so this tells us they don't like the trade. And it's not particularly close either. But they don't necessarily have the same need for a wide receiver as other teams might. We're just checking each team very quickly, see if anyone really needs a wide receiver. Probably not, actually. I already know the Bears don't have a first-round pick, though. Like, I would probably trade him for a second-rounder if I could make it happen, but if I can't... Falcons, huh? Now, one thing you can't do is cancel a trade once you've offered it. So you have to be sure that you're willing to make the trade before you make it. I am. Oh, damn! Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign a wide receiver off the street. Actually, I don't have any wide receivers on my practice squad, do we? I'm so cheap. We do. Hello, Darbo. And you're a scheme fit. Perfect. Stockpiling draft picks is one of the best things you can do to improve your team. In football in general, but in Madden in particular. And then you can easily fill in there. And then let's grab another wide receiver. For the practice squad. How are you a deep threat at only 69 speed? I will take Chesson instead. There we go. You'll notice our overall is actually a tiny bit worse now. What if it's even mentioning my trades in the news? Ooh, the Bills are benching Josh Allen. So they're praising. Well, the new setting Bills. Oh God, I forgot. Tyrod Taylor played for the Bills. Oh, that's hilarious. That's amazing. I love it. I want more of it. Okay, let's scout. We're gonna go ahead and use auto-generated, just for fun. Alright. So. We are projected at, we have 3 first-rounders. And they're projected to come in at 12th, 14th, and 27th. So, first thing we need to decide which positions need to be upgraded. Quick answer, all of them. All of them. But where can we make the biggest impact for the team? I think offensive line has to be a priority. As does wide receiver. So we're going to start by looking at wide receivers with... Okay, right away, no wide receiver has a first round grade. Let us... Oh, God, this guy's huge. Damn. Okay, so we know his best skill is spectacular catch, followed by running short routes, following catches in traffic. But here's the rub. We know in reality he's probably only a 4th rounder. Probably not worth adding to our draft board. What about Jude Rose? Good release, bad catching. I don't like the way this is going. Yeah. I'm gonna look at Joseph Young, and then that'll be the last receiver I scout for now. Okay. I like his stats, though. Good spec catch, good catching, good medium route. Interesting. I'm going to put him on my board. I just won't draft him in the 3rd round. Oh, sorry, that's E. Edit players. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay. Okay. Let's start by looking at guards. Again, no first round grades. And even the players that are here don't look great. Alright, we finally have a true first round possible pick. And he's every bit as good as we think he might be. After the Super Bowl, we'll get to look at the Combine, and then we can decide if we want to draft anyone. You are definitely on my board. Without hesitation. I've only got 50 points left. And there's a really good first round right guard. Excellent. Nice. Booyah. 20 points only enough to unlock the first round of anyone's stat. So I think we're going to use it to look at a center. Good run blocker. Our weekly training for this week. You know what? Let's just to show you how the game works. Let's actually do a training. We probably won't do super great, but we can give it the old college try. I've never played the game on PC, so it's gonna take me a bit to work out the controls.
Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We gotta get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to
Here we
get
go
better?
now. 319. 319.
Okay, so I'm wanting to throw the ball to the guy running the dig route. That's easy enough. That's one completion.
319. 319.
I'm trying to figure out how the movement actually works. Like, I thought you could move with WASD, but apparently you can't. YC. Nice. That's actually not bad.
Let's go. 319.
Booyah. Alright, let's get the drill done. Alright. How do I look at the... Oh, right mouse button, okay. So, we either want to hit Njoku or Callaway. What we're going to do is we're going to watch to see which way the defense breaks, and then decide from there. We'll throw to Njoku, because that was the right decision.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
That wasn't the best decision. If I would have waited a bit, that could have been a little bit more useful, but we'll see. Wait, who the hell is my E? Okay, so it's still Njoku. Yeah, see, I'm just going to take the easy route.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Because they're not coming up to cover him. Oh, there they go. Oh, beautiful.
All right, this is for all the marbles. This is for gold.
Alright. So it's either... Okay, this is not the play. Oh, I see. It's E and F this time. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, beautiful catch.
All right, man. Bring it in tight. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Today was great. You guys went out there and executed flawlessly.
I don't know if he caught that pass or not. He did.
You're gonna win a lot
Sweet.
of ball games this year.
Nice work. I love it.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Okay, so I'm supposed to go into this hot spot here. Oh god, this is so confusing.
319. 319.
Can't I just use WASD? Nope. W just made me fall over.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Yeah, there's things that they're telling me to do. Okay, I can't actually change that, okay. I don't know what I'm doing and I changed the camera angle somehow.
319.
Don't let the running back reach the hot spot. Yeah, except I can't do that. Retry.
Set. Blue 90.
Oh, maybe I have to use the arrow keys. Because I don't like the way the mouse works. I don't like the movement. I don't think it's precise enough. There we go. Now I can handle it. Sort of.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
So I don't want a running back to reach the hot spot. There's not a lot I can do about that, but we're going to try. There we go. Ah, we couldn't do it that time. Oh well. Defense has always been harder for me than offense, to be honest.
39.
We just have to keep him from getting a first down, so... Ah, I went the wrong way. Mistakes were made.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Nice work.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
Good
Now
work.
let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
The one thing I'm not sure of how to do is, like, break through, like, people's stuff. Which is fine, because I rarely like to play defense anyway. And when I do, I prefer to just kind of... I just tend to call the play and let the AI play it.
319.
Oh, it's relative. Okay. It's relative to the camera angle. That makes way more sense now. I filled my gap. I did what I was supposed to do there. The rest of the team cleaned it up for me.
319.
Oh no, I got bumped off. That was my own fault. I jumped the gun. Oh, did we keep him free in the first? We did. Nice work, us. So now every time we run those drills again, we'll get maximum upgrades for it. Whoa, look at the bonus XP. That's the good stuff right there. Oh, Myles Garrett, please. I would like him to be even more Garrett-y. 90 overall. Nice. No, do not auto-upgrade them, please. Because it's going to want him to be a deep threat, and he's not. So please just be a slot receiver. That's what you're good at. I see very little point in making you not be who you should be. How good are you? Would you be as a run stopper? You're a power rusher. I will actually, because if we can make you a scheme fit, then you'll get extra XP. Larry Ogunjobi, definitely run stopper. I think what we might do, the next, like, important game, I might do some of the playing just to show you guys what the game is like. It's actually surprisingly playable with the mouse and keyboard. I don't know how to do certain things, so I'll need to check the manual and controls and stuff for that, but it's probably fairly intuitive. Okay. So we are going to advance the game. Oh, I didn't want to click improve team, but that's fine. Let us advance the... No, quit it! It's like reading my mouse movement far too closely. Next week. Can we beat the Jets? We did. See right there. A glorious victory for the Browns of Cleveland. Oh yeah. Still just the one draft story, but that's fine. Upgrade players. Myles Garrett again? Holy shit. Like, seriously, he could well be a 99 overall by the end of the season. Because he just keeps improving. That's crazy. Are you even capable of being a good power center? Do you have a lot of strength? You have some. You can try it. And hey, my new wide receiver is slightly better at things. He's got the speed to be a decent deep threat. I have no objection to improving him. Ooh, look at that. Better across the board. Nice. Let's scout some college players. Okay, this is a good draft for defensive line, it looks like. Safeties, corners, a middle linebacker, halfback, quarterback, a tight end, some safeties. This is mostly a defensive draft, which I don't mind at all. Alright, let's start by looking at the right guard, the center that we were looking at. No, it was a center. Yeah, here he is. We're getting a lot of good late first round picks, which is perfect because that's where I hope we'll be picking. Alright. We're also going to want to look later in the draft too. Let's go ahead and scout these two centers and then we'll stop with centers for the moment. Oof. You kind of blow, dude. So do you. No, this is a really deep defensive draft, isn't it? I feel terrible for asking this question. I can't remember. Is Myles Garrett a left end or a right end? He is a... Wait for it. Right end. So then we only care about left ends. I mean, look, it's easy to switch from one to the other, so I'm not necessarily super concerned about which end we grab. Actually, I want to focus on DT. Okay, good. He seems like a quality player. You're not terrible, but I definitely wouldn't grab you in the first. Damn. Nice. Yeah, I think we're going to go pretty defense heavy in the draft. It just seems like that's what this class has. Which I don't mind one bit. Let's go ahead and start our weekly training. Oh, sure. You know what? I'm not going to bother with this. Where's the one we got the gold on? Oh, I see. That's only help defensive line and linebackers. I do want to help corners. Want to run the cover too? Yeah, alright. This will be the last training we play through for now. I just wanted to show you, get you guys actually see what the game is like. So that you can let me know in the comments if you actually want to see me try to play some games every now and again. I think if we do the Madden Moments mode, it shouldn't take very long.
Okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Boom, perfect curl route. What? That was the right read. Oh, you want me to throw to the flat. Sorry.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Set. Green 39.
Nice.
Now let's go. Green.
So we either have to run a curl or run the flat. That's fine. That was not the best decision, but it worked out, so I'm not going to complain. Ooh, that was dangerous. The corner could have jumped that pass. That's my fault.
Green 39.
I'm also throwing a little bit too early. Ideally, you want to wait as long as you can. Yep. They got into me before I could finish off the pass. It worked out pretty well. We got a silver medal. Could have been a gold, but I'm not going to complain too much.
Now let's go.
I can't wait to see what you're gonna do on Sunday. Good job.
So we're just supposed to basically cover him and keep them from getting the first, which we didn't.
Hurry up, here we go.
I don't know what any of the buttons are in this version. So we go back to our zone, and we're just going to kind of sit here. That's not my fault. I can't cover... No, I'm supposed to be covering the middle of the field. That's it. Yeah, I did my job.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Perfect coverage.
319. 319.
So I see they're mostly having me control the middle linebacker. I guess that does make sense. Okay, Hugh makes him dive. I'm learning something here.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Not my fault. I covered him. Not my fault.
319.
Yeah, that was worthless. Why would you give me that camera angle?
Here we go now. Green 39.
Why would you zoom in on the quarterback if I'm trying to play defense? Ooh, nice. We got an interception.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Okay.
Here we go. 319.
Up, he threw it away.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Oh, nice. We sacked him.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
And again. Nice. Alright. Yeah, we won't be doing the training all that often, but I think it's useful in certain circumstances. More upgrades. This is the hotness right now. Nice. Denzel Ward got a bit better. Booyah. can't remember. You want him to be a hybrid, okay. Good. Oh, I need to make a new defensive captain, don't I? I need to make a new captain because I traded away Tyrod Taylor. Is Joel Bitonio already a captain? He is not. There we go. Nice. You'll notice some players have really good confidence, so they're getting a bit of a boost, which is awesome. Let us advance a week. Another victory. Nice. Very nice. We want schedule. Do we get to turn Baker Mayfield loose in this one? Oh yeah, 300 passing yards, 104 rushing yards, 413 total yards. We did give a turnover, but we converted the ball a bunch. We just shredded them, basically, is the word you're looking for. Oh, beautiful. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Still not making very many long pass plays, so we'll get there. Only sacked once. And a completion percentage of 81%. If that's not quarterbacking awesomeness, I don't know what is. Yeah, we've had better running games. Receiving, good for Njoku, good for Landry. 2 touchdowns for our 3rd tight end. Good blocking. Center let 1 go, but he'll get better. Defense. Oh, Myles Garrett. Oh yeah. Sack and a half. Sack for Ogba. Half a sack for Terrence Mitchell, the cornerback. All sacks should count as tackles for loss. That's weird. And then we didn't get any turnovers this week, but that's fine. Yeah. I'll have you remember that the 2017 Browns won 0 games, so alright. Some people want to renegotiate. I would like to keep EJ Gaines. He's a really good corner. He's fast. He's great at coverage. I think we're going to start negotiations. I'd like to keep him for 4 years. So he wants 15.2 million over 3 years. He basically wants $5 million a year. And I'm actually giving him 6, so we're gonna cut that down a touch. Yeah, this seems pretty reasonable. How does this offer sound? Oh yeah, we got EJ Gaines locked up. Nice. Brian Body Calhoun, on the other hand. The thing is, he's a backup. Because he's not going to be a starting free safety in this defense. I might start talking to him next week. Upgrade, yes, please. Oh, Derek Kindred got better. Hey, Ricardo Lewis, as you do, gets better when he's injured. Okay. I will look at like more defensive ends too. He's really good. Because we got 3 first-round picks, I'm spending a lot of time looking at the first-rounders right now. But don't worry, we will start looking at other positions before too much longer. I wouldn't mind getting a really good left tackle either. A really good linebacker, yes please. Okay. I'm happy at tight end. Linebacker and line is really where I want the improvements. Oh, he's really good. If he's got that good a pursuit skill, he's going to be something special. Okay. That works. So now the question is, can we beat the Ravens? Start weekly training. We're gonna go ahead and run dagger. And let's focus more on run defense. And we're gonna go ahead and skip them both. Oh crap, I clicked the wrong button. That's gonna make me do them both. Wow. Way to be super aggressive.
All right, gentlemen, we made way too many mistakes this week, okay? The coaching staff has gone in, we've simplified the game.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna exit out. No, don't do that. I want you to quit practice. Damn it. We'll at least skip the tutorial.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Here we go now. Blue 90. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Okay.
Hot.
Oh, poop. Oh, nice. I threw to the wrong person. I'm just throwing to anyone at
The
this point,
pressure is
really. I'm
on.
just looking for
This
open
one
people.
is for the gold.
I think I got it.
All right, man. Bring
Maybe.
it in tight. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. The day was great. You guys went out there and executed flawlessly. You keep practicing like that, we are going to win a lot of ball games this year.
Yeah, I don't know why we're bothering doing this, but whatever, man.
Let's go. 319. 319. Hot. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Oh man, I ripped right through the gap there. If I'd been able to get on top of him, that could have done a lot of damage.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green.
We are doing quite well at this drill. This is an easy drill though, so I'm not super impressed. We almost gave up a first down there. That's not cricket.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Ah, poop. Poop indeed.
319. 319.
Okay.
Set. Blue 19.
So we're actually going to get less points than I would have gotten had I simmed it, but, you know. That's alright.
Here we go now. 319. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
There we go. Booyah. I don't care enough to try it again. And some more upgrades. Ooh, Baker Mayfield. We do want him to be a strong arm quarterback. And it's a boost to throw power. Do it. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff right there. Hey, Christian Kirksey. Okay. Something just happened, and I hit a button that I shouldn't have hit, but that's alright. Let's advance the week. It feels like this is taking quite a while. So I think what we'll do, I think we'll play up to week 8, and then I think we will stop for this episode. Alright, scouting. Are there any good values at wide receiver? We're going to scout the crap out of the wide receivers because we desperately need more. Interesting. We found someone we think is actually underrated. Let's put him on the board. Nice. Because we're going to take at least one wide receiver in this draft. I can already tell. Let's maybe search Jason Hampton. You can generally find really solid linemen later in the draft. So if I'm going to skimp anywhere, it'll be there. We are going to need a new free safety. So we're going to go ahead and scout up some safeties. Nice. Ooh. Okay. We have an injury, though. Corbett's going to miss 8 weeks. Okay. At least we won the game, so I guess that counts for something, but... Watford. With no, without any hesitation. You in depth chart. Yeah. The thing is, I don't want to put Corbett on the injured reserve. Wait, what? Why are you still showing that he is... Let's check. Depth chart. You are showing who should the left guard should be, right? No, you're not. Oh, I see what I did. I screwed up. Yeah, Zeitler's fine. There we go, that's right. Okay. Ooh, I can upgrade myself as well. So you can purchase various things to improve your talents. Let's grab this one. So this means that there's certain vertical goal or weekly goals each player will get. If we achieve them, we'll get more XP for the players. And then we're going to start weekly training. We're going to be dagger experts this season. Okay, so I need to be very careful and pick sim for both of these. And more players get upgrades. Miles Garrett, why? So good. He literally might be a 99 by the end of the season. That's insane. And look at this, he's almost ready to upgrade again. That's sick. In a good way, but sick. Nah, Jarvis Landry, keep doing your thing, dude. It's because he's got superstar development, so that's one of the reasons he's developing so quickly. Damn, bro. Ogunjobi's a bit better as a run stopper. This is lovely news. Continue to improve him as a deep threat. Yeah, so this actually shows you what they need to do to get lots of XP and improve their legacy reward, which will determine if they make the Hall of Fame or not. So, these are all good things, but they're unlikely, to say the least. And we're just going to go and let the AI upgrade the rest. There we go. I saw something about Jarvis Landry getting Player of the Week. Is that true? Mayfield threw 4 touchdowns. And Landry scored 2 touchdowns. Interesting. Okay. So, how'd it go? This was a tough game. We're still allowing a little too many turnovers for my tastes. We had some issues in the red zone. But Baker Mayfield threw for 4 touchdown passes. And if that's not amazing, I don't know what is. So decent amount of running. Big day for Njoku and Landry. Sacks for Garrett, Ogba, and Schobert. We're getting decent amounts of pressure, just maybe not as much as I'd like. Without actually playing the games and getting a chance to see how players are doing, it's hard for me to really judge defense. More so than offense. Alright. Let's advance the week. Another victory. Damn. We are, I'm not lying, doing a pretty amazing job. Oh no, I'm going to look at awards. We'll do that here in a second. It's like we're just barely winning. Oh, looks like we got quite a few sacks by this report by Mark Schlereth. I will take it. Stats. Weekly awards. Because I heard somewhere that it's impossible for you to get a weekly award if you're simming. Hey, look, it's Tyrod Taylor. He had himself quite a day. Yep, we haven't won anything yet. That doesn't mean we won't, though. It doesn't mean we're the 5th best offense in the NFL. That's pretty exciting. We're not throwing for huge amounts of yardage, but we are winning, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. This was a good day rushing the ball. A very good day rushing the ball, indeed. Baker could have been better. This wasn't his best day. But he was good enough to win. And not every game is going to be dominating. Carlos Hyde had a really good game. No passing touchdowns this time. I expect to see big numbers here by the defense. 4 sacks, I called it. 1, 2, 3. Any interceptions? No. Any forced fumbles? That's alright. We are muddling through, as the saying goes. Let's upgrade people. Miles Garrett again. Turns out the Miles Garrett guy, he's pretty good at football. And Damian Ratley, who really cares, but hey, you never know. Okay, who wants to negotiate? I like Carl Davis a little bit better, and he would offer quality depth. I mean, the cap hit is almost negligible, so we'll go ahead and make this offer. He wants to make a little bit more money. Well, don't be a dick. And there's just not a lot here where I'm like, I have to have this player re-signed. It's mostly depth guys that are wanting new deals. Okay. We're gonna keep searching all the receivers that we can. Let's focus on the scheme fits first. And then put people on our board as we find them. I'm not gonna be scouting the undrafteds yet. There's a lot of really good talent this year at defensive tackle. We might even take 2. Not this guy, though. Farrington Bodiford. That is a pretty tremendous name, I've got to say. This is a really, really deep draft for defensive tackles. I don't think we'd take 2 with a first-round pick, but I think we definitely are going to use one of our first-rounders on our defensive tackle. I'm just going to advance the week at this point. I don't think the training is going to help us all that much. You know what? I'll just tell you to sim it. Because I do want if I can get point bonuses before the game, I'd like to do that. I don't know that we will this time round, but you never know. See, we're getting... Oh, wow. That was a big jump for him. Do we try to flip some extra players into getting more draft picks. I don't think so. I think 3 first rounders is pretty good. Yeah. Advance to the next week. Oh, we lost by 1 bloody point. One bloody point? Damn. We got outgained through the air. We outgained them on the ground. No turnovers for us. We got penalized a yacht. That's to be expected with a young team. 3 touchdowns and no picks for Baker Mayfield. Did get sacked 4 times, though. That's troubling. Very good day running the ball with Carlos Hyde. Very good day for Antonio Callaway. That's a nice, spicy meatball. Blocking could be better. Did Garrett get his sack? He sure did. I heart you, Myles Garrett. You're the best. Okay. All right. I'm going to jack his bonus just a little bit more. It'll mean a bigger cap hit, but we can afford it. And he's more likely to respond favorably to having a higher bonus than anything else. Because he gets that money no matter what. He wants a higher yearly salary. You know what? I think I might just break off negotiations with you because I'm getting sick of your shit. And this is a really good draft for defensive tackles, so you really don't have as much leverage as you think you do. Let's look at the outside linebackers. We could use some upgrades there. I find it's always best to start with the scheme fits because you might get like this guy. He's got a 3rd round grade, but we think he's actually more of a 2nd rounder. This guy's just a physical freak. I kind of like that. Oh, you're an undrafted guy. Any other... Here we go. I can finish scouting you. Ooh. Let's get Tyviuzi Kuplin. His name is amazing, but the rest of him not so much. Alright, that's a good enough scouting for this week. They run the ball a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to gap coverage. But I'm actually going to go ahead and play the deep passing game. I really don't like Madden Ultimate Team. I think it's, even for EA, it's a pretty naked cash grab.
Yesterday's practice, we all know it wasn't good enough. Today's practice.
Okay, this is just about figuring out which person to throw to. Booyah. Damn, he's got a really pretty arm. Really good throws. So ideally he wants me to go outside. You got just a bit of separation, but that's all you really need. Oh, this could be bad. Oh, no. Well done.
Set. Green 39.
Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Oh, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Hurry up, here we go.
I meant to throw it to the inside guy.
39.
There we go.
Set. Blue 90.
Boom. Oh man, we almost got a touchdown there. That would have been pretty cool.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
We didn't get the first down, but we still got a silver.
Good.
I'll take
You know
it.
what really gets me excited? The fact that I know we can.
And like I said, I enjoy playing offense more in Madden than I've ever enjoyed playing defense, so... Let's get people upgraded. Oh, Miles Garrett again. You know what? You're a defensive captain, for sure. You are all the captains. Nope. Keep working on that strong arm. Because I eventually want you to be able to start throwing more deep. Oh, we still need to name one more captain, huh? I already named Batonio captain, right? Yeah, I did earlier. Who else is, like, the wily veteran? Joe Schobert, maybe? Yeah, he's actually must have the slow progression, because look how much XP it takes for him to get from level 71 to 72. That ain't so good. Oh, we lost. And we had an injury. Who's hurt? Antonio Callaway, okay. Alright, that's fine. Five players want to renegotiate. Carl, you know what? You can go to hell. I will start negotiating with Rashad Higgins, because he should be easy. Because he's a good depth receiver, and he has a bit of talent. I'm gonna put Brian Body Calhoun on the trade block. Oh, the trade deadline's already passed, hasn't it? It sure has. Okay. Ooh, upgrade. I always get so excited whenever I see an upgrade, but yeah, it's hard not to get excited though, so. We'll upgrade you too. I'll be honest, I don't love our chances against the Chiefs. Our defense needs some pretty serious upgrades, I think, if we're going to be competitive in years to come. I'll at least look at you. You're not terrible. I do want to scout other right tackles too, just in case we can't get the guy we want. Rico Peppers. There's a decent amount of talent in the mid-rounds for tackles, so I think this is a wise use of our scouting. Ugh. This guy's a freaking beast. 6'7", 319. Holy shit. Right, but I think we're gonna go ahead and end our episode here. We're halfway through the season, and we are, I believe, 4-4. Right? Let's see. Yep, we are 4-4. We got... So, quick prediction. We have 2 games against really good offenses. Then the Bengals. The Broncos aren't very good. The Bengals aren't very good. If we can sneak out a win against... So right now the Steelers own the tiebreaker against because they beat us twice. So if we have the same record, let's actually look at the standings. That is understandings. Huh. The Bengals are leading our division. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. So right now, the Steelers are 5-2 because they've beaten us twice. They'd have any kind of tiebreaker over me. So we're probably not going to make the playoffs this year, and that's fine. This is about seeing what we've got and improving to the extent that we possibly can. The Ravens are trash this year, which is good. But yeah, if we look at our overall stats... We have the number 2 offense in the NFL, but... Yeah, defensively, we're 13th. Not 13th, but overall... Yeah, there's some serious issues here. And we're losing the turnover battle, too. I mean, the Rams are over at the +9. We're at a 0. We're protecting the ball well, but we're not taking it away. And that's a hard sell. But, that's life. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series thus far. Next episode, we will finish our first season. Probably get pretty far into the offseason if we don't finish it entirely. Do share your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know if you want to see more football quality on the channel. If you'd like to see me play more games, I can probably arrange to play 1 or 2 games each episode. So that might be a fun change of pace from just watching me click through menus. But until then, though, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.